The countdown is rolling. I'm going to throw back to us. 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to Geeked Up Bets. I'm Joe DeLeone here with my co-host Sean Anderson. Those of you who are new, every single week on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we are your hangout before Thursday Night Football, getting you ready for the betting action for the upcoming weekend. We're here to be chill. We're here to have fun, and we're going to give you plenty of great picks if you're looking for them. Not always winners, but we're going to try our best to give you our favorite picks. Our show is, of course, presented by our good friends over at the Sports Geek. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the show. Make sure you hit the like button on this episode and go down and comment below. What are your favorite picks for this week? Sean, how you doing?
I'm jealous of all the people that are going to be watching Thursday Night Football at their homes tonight. I will be bopping around looking for a bar screen to serve. I mean, I might pull out the phone maneuver where it's just let me tuck it behind the hat on the table and let me peek down and see what the score is.
So obviously the context, you've got a date.
Yeah.
Why did you pick, if you wanted to watch the game, why did you pick a bar for your date that didn't have TVs? Why did you do that to yourself?
Girls don't like TVs in bars. They don't like going to bars.
You don't know
TVs.
that? You don't know she's not a football fan?
I do know she's not a football fan.
Oh, you confirmed that? She said no football?
She said, I'm just not that interested in it, which lets me know respectfully, don't bring that around here. And I don't think I will bring that around here. You got to set the tone
early a little bit. You got to set the tone early and let her know that there's going to be a lot of football watching being had.
The pie chart of my life is like 80% football and 20% social. And I think that we have to keep some of the bleed out of the social or else it gets real nasty.
Okay. Well, I wish you a lot of success.
I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
All right, everybody. We give college football and NFL bets on every single show during the football season. Let's kick it off with our favorite bets for college football. We've got 3 picks for you for a championship weekend coming up. We typically do, when we do this, we alternate picks and we allow for the opportunity to essentially the goal is to steal away the best picks and to prevent the other person from not being able to have good picks on their board. So far, let's take a quick look at the standings. Mm-hmm. Your boy is 7-5 after a 2-1 week last week. Sean rebounded going 2-1. He is 6-6. We'll talk about the NFL standings later, but overall, 13-11 for Joe, 11-12-1 for Dummy over here. You got anything to say?
You know what? We're just
You did well. You did well last week.
Don't patronize. Don't you dare patronize me.
You went 2-1. You're back at 50%.
I'm a 3-0 man. That's what I am, and that's what I chase. I don't chase 2-1 like you. I'll go 3-0 or 0-3. I hate 2-1.
Well, you've got a real opportunity today because I can't steal away the good picks. And you heard me share my favorite bets earlier when I was putting together a video. So you know exactly. You could just straight up copy me, a winning better. Maybe that'll help you.
I don't want to go 2-1, so I will not copy all of your picks here.
I'll let you go first because you're doing worse than me.
Oh, that is foul. Okay, let's head to the Big 12. That's where I want to go first. Texas Tech giving 12.5 to BYU. Look, BYU is probably all fired up right now. They retained their coach. They're joking around on social media with the crumble cookie guy. But this is all distraction this week. All distraction. And even though it turned out in BYU's favor, being able to keep their head coach Kalani Sitake from going to Penn State, it's all rumblings. Is he in the locker room? Is he leaving? What's going to happen to us? Are we going with him? What? It's rumbling, murmur. He's staying. That's fine. Weight off their shoulders. But Texas Tech didn't have any of that. All Texas Tech has done is cover. They're the best team in college football against the spread this year. 11-1, covering 91.7% of the time. They also beat BYU by 22 last time they played. Give me Texas Tech 12.5. I love this pick. I love this team.
I can't hate this. It's going to be a very chalky week, in my opinion. This was a pick that I gave out during the week when I went on BetMGM, when I go on my weekly college football pick spot. It's not one of my picks because I think that there's just a general variance with a line being this big that I always have a little bit of pause. The only thing I disagree on how you're talking about Kalani Sitake and how that could have been a distraction, Dude, I think him coming back does the opposite.
I know he could.
I think that
them
galvanizes the boys, and they go, Coach said he's not leaving.
But look, it's been a whole week of that. It's been a whole week of mess, and it's probably been a month of mess behind the scenes if we're getting the news as late as we were about potential movement and rumblings.
All right, I'm going to throw my first one on here. This isn't like a premier pick, but this is one that I like. North Texas -2.5 against Tulane. I actually was thinking about going with Tulane, and then I went and broke down the offensive and defensive numbers for these teams. This Tulane defense is deceptively bad. I don't think a lot of people realize that this defense is not that good this year. They're 70th in EPA per rush allowed and drop back allowed. Meanwhile, North Texas is top 10 in both of those offensive categories. We know that this Eric Morris-led offense with Drew Messamaker, it has been explosive. It has been hard to keep up with. I'm excited to watch this game tomorrow night and kind of keep track of it because I think it's going to be a lot of fireworks, a lot of big plays. But I think North Texas is going to get the job done here, and we got to line this tight. I think that they're going to be able to win this thing by a touchdown. I totally see it happening.
For a team that scores so many points, I would not expect the line to be as small as it is. I'm fine with North Texas in this one. The Tulane sources that I keep around me, parents that have kids going to Tulane and talk about Tulane.
What Tulane sources?
I got Tulane sources. They come back and they report back to me. Tulane doesn't have a quarterback. Tulane doesn't have this. Tulane stinks. I'm like, well, I like that you're invested in Tulane for whatever reason you are, but I'm getting some negative feedback on the Green Wave.
Where do you get Tulane sources from?
Don't you want my sources?
All right.
I like your pick here. It's fine.
What's your next pick?
My next pick. Let's go with a dog against the dogs. Sorry. Alabama getting 2.5 versus Georgia. I apologize. I apologized quickly. Alabama.
When I had a choice to pick a co-host
I know.
for this show,
I know.
To peel back the curtain, if I'd known you were going to say some dumb crap like that, I would have not have said yeah. I would have not have pushed for you. Brian Roberts would be doing this show with me right now if I knew that you were going to be saying crap.
Well,
like
he'd
that.
be doing the show and then asking for another show and then asking for more coverage. Okay, sorry. I apologize for that, and I'm going to move on as quickly as I can, red-faced and all. Alabama getting 2.5 versus Georgia. Here's the basis for this. They're both very good teams. Georgia has shown up when I thought they haven't shown up, and similar for Alabama. Alabama has a quarterback I trust more. And in a huge rivalry game, end of the season, where these teams are not really playing for it all, but playing for it all in the sense of winning the SEC, I like the team where I can say, give me the quarterback. Give me a tight game, fourth quarter, who's going to make less errors? I think that's Ty Simpson. I think Gunnar Stockton's had a fine year, solid even, but he has not impressed me or given me that confidence in the offense like Ty Simpson has with Alabama. Stepped up in moments when the defense was lacking, stepped up in moments when the run game was lacking. I like Alabama in this one.
You know what? Just because I want to cause problems and so that I can have a rooting interest against you, this is one of the picks that I liked, but I was deliberating between this one and the Ohio State-Indiana game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to go Georgia.
That's crazy.
-2.5.
That's crazy.
On this game.
Is that for the joke?
No. What do you mean for a joke?
For my is this punishment?
See, if I had any wit about me, I would have probably would have said that out of just. But in all seriousness, I can get the angle of, hey, DeBoer for some reason has Kirby's number. But as I have unpacked both of these teams at the current moment, I've got one team that is cooled off and is showing signs of problems. I have one team that has been super hot and is showing that they figured out how to improve upon their issues. Georgia found a pass rush, 9 sacks in the month of November. They had 8 sacks up until the month started. They are actually finally getting after teams. The way that they're doing it is sending pressure. You know what problems has caused problems for Alabama? Is when teams are aggressive and send pressure. That offensive line is not as good as we thought it was. They've had problems protecting Ty Simpson. We saw him retreating and backpedaling against Auburn. We saw him in hell against Oklahoma. I think that Georgia is going to get a lot of pressure on him, a lot of heat coming after him, and that is going to set up the Bulldogs to win this game. Here's the one thing. As much as Bama has become the insurmountable team for Kirby, it's been his one cursed team that he can't get past. We don't play about Kirby Smart in the SEC championship game. I know that the last time this matchup happened when Nick was there, that he shocked them. But I don't think that's going to happen in this instance. I think that Kirby's locked in.
Yeah, it's tough to go against Kirby. Also, to note, Georgia has been actually relatively maintaining those sack numbers. It wasn't just one again. I looked at their schedule. I'm thinking, oh,
they must have 3-3.
They must have. I'm thinking they must have had a bunch against Charlotte. Nope. They got 3 Mississippi State, 3 Texas, 2 Charlotte. Yeah, they're fine. Okay, fine pick, Joe. I don't hate it.
All right, your last one.
My last one: Ohio State giving 4 to Indiana. It's been a feel-good story last couple years for the Indiana Hoosiers. They're not in jeopardy in this game whatsoever. Like, they're going to be in the CFP. Great. Feel-good story continues. I'd rather see Indiana win, but I don't think Ohio State really cares about Indiana. I think it's Indiana thinks a lot about Ohio State, and this is their Super Bowl, and Ohio State's like, I'm not really thinking about you, dude. Like, why are you so up for this? Like, I have stuff that I'm looking past you. They're 10-1 against the spread. That's an acknowledgement of how little they care about their opponents. They just massacre them, and they cover 90.9% of the time. It's just second best team ATS in college football. I like them because I don't like them, right? Like I want to get on board with Indiana with my dumb fandom in my gut feel. Now that I'm this deep into the season, I know what I want to happen, but betting don't care about that. So Ohio State giving 4 and all they do is cover, play suffocating defense, and then shock you on offense. Yeah, simple play for me.
I have no qualms with that selection because that was one of the picks that I had on my board. But the one that I would much rather take, I'm going to take Virginia minus 4.5 against Duke in the ACC championship game. Dude, this Duke team sucks.
Yeah, they stink.
This is a black mark on the college football season. Everybody's so damn mad about, Miami's not getting the college football playoff. No. Why are we not more aggressively yelling at Duke for getting into the ACC championship game because of these? I don't even the tiebreakers in the ACC make no sense. A team that lost to UConn and Tulane should not compete for a conference championship. We're talking about who should be there, who should be able to prove themselves.
Yeah.
It's Duke. Who let this happen? Go look at their defensive stats. They're ass. They're mega ass. They're super duper mega ass. They're not good. UVA, albeit hasn't been perfect when they got Chandler Morris in there and Jamari Taylor. They are moving effectively enough on offense that they're going to expose this Duke team. You want to know the best part about this? They already beat them by multiple scores this year. Why is this line 4.5? Why?
I think I won a bunch of money on UVA in the first matchup also because Duke stinks. I've been working over the ACC and their bad teams, and I've classified Duke as that. So imagine the shock on my face when they're revealed to be playing in championship weekend. Oh, a bunch of skills on that team. I like this pick. Why are they 4.5 point? They should be 14.5 point favorites versus Duke. How disrespectful is that to UVA?
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. All right, now we're going to bounce to, we put together a parlay every single week, a 6-leg parlay. We're doing it a little bit differently today. We built the parlay already, and we're going to quickly walk through it. Here's what we got on the board, Sean. You put down the first 3 legs. What do you got?
Alabama money line plus 114. I'm going to completely
root against this.
Yeah, I'm completely going against Joe's Georgia 2.5 selfish play. Don't matter. Alabama money line. It's 114. It's not that risky for a dog. Ohio State money line minus 198. I think that's pretty fair. I think that has some common sense behind it. And now, revenge game of the CUSA. Kennesaw State money line minus 134 versus Jacksonville State. We're looking at two former FCS, not powerhouses, but pretty good teams. Jacksonville State got the edge in the first game. Kennesaw has been rolling. Kennesaw 8-4 against the spread. Kennesaw going to win this game. I like it. I like the Owls here, minus 134.
I like your grammar there as well. I tossed in over 66.5 points at minus 115 for North Texas versus Tulane. UNLV money line plus 180 in this game up against Boise State. They are dogs in this game, and I'm all in on Dan Mullen. I wasn't particularly impressed watching Boise State when they played Notre Dame. I know that they've had a whole other season except for one game. And then we're going to go with a little bit of a softener here. UVA money line at minus 188 for the 6-leg parlay. If you like the parlay, let us know in the comments. If you want to add a leg let us know down below in the comments. Folks, I want to remind everybody, if you're tuning in, please go and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on shows coming up. Planning on some expansion plans on how we're going to do the show, a little bit more to come with that. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. And also hit the like button. Really appreciate it. It makes things a lot better for us if you enjoy this video. All right, Sean, let's jump on over to the NFL. Quick standings. Jesus, getting a phone call from my dad, of course.
Hey, you working, son?
Yeah.
Is it a weeknight? Yeah, I am.
All right, quick update on the NFL standings. Sean had a bounce back week.
Oh.
I had a 1-2 week. Not great. 6-6 is my current record. Sean is 5-6-1. He is tailing me. Overall record, as I said earlier, I am 13-11. Sean is 11-12-1. To you first, because you are behind me this bit.
Okay. Let's get the easiest one out of the way right now. The one that makes the most sense, and the spread that is currently 7, that should be 21. That is Seattle giving 7 to the tragic, lifeless, Kirk Cousins-led, Drake London-less Atlanta Falcons. Seattle is a playoff team. Seattle is a possible NFC Super Bowl candidate favorite. Like, they're a legit squad. Seattle has everything that you need. Wide receivers, running backs, quarterback play, defense that's physical. It's everything that Atlanta isn't. They're going to stomp Atlanta out at home. They're going to take a break from the cold Pacific Northwest, Joe. They're going to say, oh, let me get on the flight, go to the A, and then I'm going to drop 40. Kirk Cousins might not cross midfield in this game. Seriously, 1,000%. Seattle is going to smoke Atlanta. I won't watch this game, I don't think. I really don't think I'm even going to watch it.
You're a coward, first of all, and I also hate you because this was my first pick that I wanted.
Of course it was, because it's a stupid line set up by Vegas that for some reason thinks Atlanta is a one-score team against Seattle.
God, that actually pisses me off because now I gotta go back into my bag and pull another pick. All right, my first pick. I really like that logic. I really like that pick, and it aggravates me that you stole that from me. My first pick: Bengals plus 5.5 up against the Buffalo Bills. Look, I know that this isn't a big enough of a cushion for me to like completely buy into this thing, and this is a little bit risky here, but I really think that the Bengals are going to be the scrappiest team down the stretch. I don't think that they're getting to the playoffs. I don't think that that's going to happen. However, I think that they can play in games close. So we got a big cushion here, 5.5. Again, the risk comes in the fact that I'm hoping that the defense shows up and plays well. They played shockingly well against Lamar Jackson of all quarterbacks and of all offenses. So I think that we have a new look Bengals team coming. This is a very risky pick, but I'm hoping it comes to fruition.
I like, you know what? You had the perfect phrase there. The new look Bengals said in December. that is their story. Yeah. I love that trend for them. Yeah, because they get hot here. Yeah. They just start putting up massive numbers. Why not let Joe Burrow get comfortable in meaningless games? Yeah, that's a fine pick, Joe. My second pick, hey, dummy, this one was still available for you. Denver giving 7.5 to the Raiders.
Damn it, that was my backup pick.
That should have been your first. Are we kidding?
Okay, here's my only thing. They keep messing around.
I know. They do the mess around, all right?
It's annoying watching them because every time I bet, do you have their ATS?
Let me see here.
You don't need to pull it. Don't pull that while you're talking. But I like the pick. It's just an incredibly frustrating team to buy into because I feel like they never cover. Every time I've bet on them, they just don't cover. That was one of my picks last week. Was
5-6-1 against the spread.
Yeah, that doesn't really.
It's not great.
Excite me.
It's the Raiders, though. Okay, it's not great. And I thought last week it was the Commanders and that they would roll over them, but Marcus Mariota played the game of his life against Bo Nix for whatever reason. So I'm fine. I like Denver giving 7.5. They're a winning football team. The Raiders are such a losing football team that why would I ever think that they would cover 7.5? They might. Like, honestly, like Denver could just mess around. Bo Nix throws a pick. They might, but there's no one can talk me into it. No one can talk me into Geno Smith throwing 3 touchdowns. No one can talk me into Ashton Genty having a career day against that defense, or even Brock Bowers having a monster day. Like, I won't be convinced of it, so I will not take a Raiders cover in this. So I like Denver 7.5, risky as it may be.
I'm iffy on it. I'll let you keep it.
Okay.
Even though I can't take it away.
Oh, God. I knew. Okay, go ahead.
Bears plus 6.5 against the Packers. I don't understand how everybody spent all this time talking about the Bears and talking down on the Bears. They go and play the Eagles. They expose the Eagles. They run the rock hard as hell, and they play really damn good. How do we turn around and then make them a 6.5-point dog, a touchdown dog to the Packers, who have been incredibly inconsistent this year? They have been up and down the whole season. This is a big fat spread, man. I'm taking this. I want the Bears. I think they cover.
I saved this one for my third pick because I didn't think you were going to hop on it. Let me tell you why I love this pick and why I'm upset that you took it. First of all, Chicago, 8-4 against the spread this year. Very nice. That's good stuff. Green Bay, a disappointing 5-7. They're a letdown team against the spread this year. Additionally, if this were a coach in Chicago that was unfamiliar with the NFC North, didn't spend a bunch of time there previously, I'd be all over Green Bay because the NFC North, it's wacky. Ben Johnson was 6-1 versus the Packers while he was an offensive coordinator in Detroit. He has their number. He's leading the Bears. I don't think he fears the Packers one bit. I love this pick, Joe. Gosh, I should have taken it second.
All right, your last one?
My last pick. This is what I call Joe A. NFL started talking about your quarterback, so that means they're going to get stomped out, and your quarterback is actually shit pick. That's what I have, and that's the Bucks giving 8.5 versus the Saints because Joe A. NFL.
Why are you giving
Tyler
this guy?
Shuck?
Why are you giving this guy?
Because he was tweeting out Tyler Shuck is better than y'all think, and I wanted to tell him he's not. He's worse than you're seeing him as. He's not a good quarterback. He is an old rookie on an even older team that has no juice, no life. Oh, he scrambled and threw a pass to Chris Olave in the end. It means dick all to me. Means nothing to me. When the dummies on Twitter start trying to rage bait and get impressions from these bad quarterbacks, that lets me know how bad they are, how bad this Saints team is. Bucks 8.5. Lock it in.
I don't know if we have permission to say the D word, so just a heads up there. We got to be a little bit more cleaned up than we usually are. My last pick, I've got no problems with that one as well. I think that's betting against the Saints is something that has been quite profitable for me when I've picked it in the right spots. I'm going to go with Ravens minus 5.5 against the Steelers. I just feel like the Steelers are dealing with a lot of distractions at the current moment. And we've also seen after the recent games, they're trending downward. They got outclassed by the Bills last week, and it was a wide margin. I don't understand what's going on with this team and Aaron Rodgers and him doing his bad bit where he's the pissed off manager at work who's 50 and he's just taking shots at people. It seems like all bad energy. I don't want to touch this, or I don't want to touch the Steelers rather. And I'm going to go with the Ravens. They are staring down their playoff hopes, and they need to finish the season strong.
That's fine with me. Ravens, I think, are a better team at this point. AFC North betting at this point of the year always gets ugly. It's always an under. It's always a crazy backdoor miracle cover. I wanted no part of the AFC North this week. But all right, you run that. You run that rock here, buddy.
All right. NFL parlay. We do a 6-leg parlay every single week with picks that we like. I just realized next time we're going to have to make sure that we put together the odds for the full parlay, but that is there's a bit of a process for us trying to upgrade and put together some graphics for this stuff. But NFL parlay, you want to give the first 3 picks and I'll give the next 3?
Yeah, let's go over 46.5 in Jags Colts. I think that both of these teams are fighting to make the playoffs. Both of these teams have potent offenses and the defenses have kind of fallen off. Jags have had some bleeding earlier in the year to bad teams. Colts are a team that could put up big points. I think we're seeing a lot from Daniel Jones, seeing a lot from Jonathan Taylor. I like 46.5. Don't scare me. Next, Eagles money line minus 142 versus the Chargers. Get right, fellas. This is a get right. City of Philly hates you right now. You have to beat the Chargers. You have all the defense in the world. Chargers have no offensive linemen. Get to Justin Herbert, win the game, get out. Lastly, Geno Smith throws an interception at minus 168 versus Denver.
I love this one.
He's going to throw a pick.
It's only 168.
He's going to throw an interception. All right. So while it might not be a leg that you're sitting here salivating at straight up, you throw it at in a parlay, you're sitting here like, oh, look how close I'm getting. Geno just threw a pick in the first quarter. So I'm really happy with Geno and that nice line there.
I also love rooting against guys who throw a lot of interceptions. Next three legs, Chiefs money line -180 versus the Texans. They are in a win now situation. They have to win. They have to finish strong. They have been a tremendous team this year, but they keep losing close games. I don't think they're going to lose this one. Bucks -8.5 against the Saints. We talked about this. This Saints team is wretched. We've got the Buccaneers at -8.5 with a chance here to put up a big, big dub. And then lastly, I like this pick. This was one of my first picks that I wanted to dish out. Seattle -6.5 against Atlanta at -110. This Atlanta team with Kirk is just atrocious. So lost to the Jets.
Oh, the victims? Yeah,
victims.
yeah, they're the victims.
So we got a couple new segments that we're going to be debuting this week. First one being Frauds of the Week. A team that we're shocked that they're favored this upcoming week. My fraud of the week is the Eagles. And -142 against the Chargers. Now, look, I know that the Chargers O-line has been a bit of a problem. I know that the Eagles got a pretty good D-line, man. They got a really good D-line. But I don't know. I don't really think that this Eagles squad is as effectively positioned as we think that they are. I think that they have shown that they've got a lot of warts. They're losing to teams that they're not supposed to, like they just did against the Bears. I think that there is a lot of bleeding going on that maybe isn't even truly defined just yet. So I think that this Chargers game, with them needing a win to stay on the playoff trajectory, they're going to drop this one.
I'm not going to say for the fraud of the week specifically that Philly isn't a paper tiger, that they're not a little fraudulent, that there isn't a bunch of drama in the locker room and behind the scenes with that squad. So I think per the category, I think that's a fine pick, Joe, because they could collapse, and I think they are kind of collapsing right now. My fraud of the week pick, I don't know how it's possible that Minnesota is favorites over the Washington Commanders with that ridiculous quarterback play that they have in Minnesota. The Commanders just went to overtime against one of the AFC's best teams in Denver. While Denver was messing around a lot, I do think that Marcus Mariota may actually be working in this offense. Terry McLaurin, better. Minnesota also won in their last 6 games. They have 6 points combined in their last 2 matchups. They got blanked last week versus Seattle, only put up 6 versus Green Bay. Where's the life? Who am I? What am I looking for? Is 9 coming back? Not scared of that. Is it Brosmer? Not scared of that. Is Wentz going to make an appearance? Not scared of that. You're not favorites over Washington. I'm sorry. With Terry McLaurin healthy, and with that team going as deep as they did last week, I am not thinking that Minnesota should be a favorite in any manner against Washington.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand why anyone would have faith in the Vikings. I mean, this was almost a pick that I wanted to just straight up do, but I didn't want to steal it off the board for fraud of the week because the Vikings have been fraudulent. JJ McCarthy is the fraud of the NFL. Nine. Our boy Nine has been the fraud of the NFL. Why would they ever be favored for the rest of the season? We watched, I know that expecting Mariota to do what he did back-to-back games is we're putting a lot out there.
It's a little foolhardy if you're jumping in fully in that.
Yeah. But look, I think that Mariota is going to play better than JJ McCarthy. And I think that we're going to have another one of those games where McCarthy's going to be in hell. I think that he is going to have another brutal, brutal performance.
Yeah. Definitely frauds. Hey, I like these fraud games. I definitely think that we're looking at some teams that could fall off.
All right. We got another new segment. If you could timestamp me, by the way.
Yeah, I got you, homie.
Random bet of the week. This was birthed off of me trying to pull up a bet on one of the betting apps, and it suggested, I think it was like Swedish soccer or something like that. So you and I both went and pulled our random bets of the week. We're just going to pick a random, not a mainstream sport, like as far off the mainstream as freaking possible that we can find. My random bet of the week, UK Snooker Championship Pong, Jung Zhu at plus 250 at 8 a.m. tomorrow. His name sounds cool.
Okay, yeah.
That's my analysis.
So you're taking an underdog in snooker.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to bet on... Have you ever played snooker before, by the way?
Is that pool with bumpers? Is that what it is?
No. It is... when I was in Ireland, I played it with... I got one friend. The one friend I went with... I got the one... My one friend is that type of guy who's like, he sees something he's never done before, and he's immediately like, I have to figure out how to do this. So we were staying at this hotel. It was in this very quiet part of Ireland. near the water, and there was nothing really going on. It was a weeknight, so we went and we got drinks and we had dinner and stuff, and we were just kind of chilling. This hotel had what we thought was a pool table, and we open it up, and it's like, oh my God, this is snooker. So he pulls out the rules, and in like that, he figures out all the rules. He's explaining it to me as I'm going, like he's the expert. It's an absolutely chaotic and stupid game. I might watch this tomorrow if there's a way to watch this now that I'm betting on my guy Pang Junzhu.
You know what's so funny is that the way that he sees snooker, I see that game Karam, where you're sliding the discs on the table and trying to hit them in the corners.
It's like pool, but you're allowed to like use. I think I'm understanding this correctly. I'm probably saying a whole bunch of nonsense right now. There's like a secondary aiming tool that you can use with your it's very chaotic, and I couldn't explain to you how the point scoring works.
Okay, gotcha.
We learn about a new sport poorly every single week. That's what this segment's gonna be.
Well, that's odd.
Poorly explain it. I kind of like that bit. We try to explain a sport that we don't know anything about.
I'm also going snooker in the championship.
Yeah.
My bet a little layered here.
Is it the one today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I believe.
Okay.
Judd Trump given.
Wait, is this also in the UK Snooker Championship?
Yeah, it was in the snooker tab.
Okay.
Judd Trump minus 275 versus Ding Junhui. And I'm going with the winner rollover. That means if Judd Trump moves on, I'm doubling my money and putting it back on Judd Trump. And if he eventually plays Pang Junzhu, I'm sitting up okay because you obviously have a big dog here. So I'm going with the heavy favorite in snooker. I'm going to try to ride him until the end of the championship.
I might watch this shit. I might watch it.
I bet we can find it.
God, that's one of those things that.
Judd Trump, in the most unexpected snooker collapse, completely falls apart in the final frame or whatever the hell we call it.
Oh God! All right, the last new segment that we've got for today. The Sports Geek has a lot of tremendous resources, and one of the ones that we're now going to be leaning into, they have a fantastic AI model that predicts games and shares picks. One of the piece of content I produce every single day for the Sports Geek on Line Sweeper is the account that we do volume bets with the AI picks. And our profit on that with $10 bets has been great. We're up over $200 on doing it. So the model is awesome. So I went and I looked through the AI bets for this weekend, and I picked the best AI bet that I like the most. And actually, for those that don't know this, the model actually can talk to us. So he actually called in. We've got a voicemail line. We're going to eventually set that up so you, the listener, can call in and give us your favorite picks. We're going to eventually put that out there. But he called in to share what his pick was.
Okay.
So this is my first time listening to
we're giving it a his denomination, so we're already classifying it as a person here.
Yeah, it's a person.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a person.
I'll treat him like a person.
I mean, AI is taking over. They're
Okay.
becoming. They're gonna. It's not long until they'll really be fully people at some point. He's good at placing bets, so I got to give him some respect. I don't know. I don't think he's got a direct specific name, but this is the first time that I'm listening to it. He's going to share with us what his pick is.
This week, my favorite.
How do I start over? Wait. Hold on 1 second. I hate that StreamYard does this stupid thing where you, when you start playing a sound and then you pause it, it doesn't restart the sound.
Right. It should just restart in a default manner.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Hey guys, really excited to be a part of the show. This week, my favorite bet is the Texans covering the spread of +3 against the Chiefs.
Going against
plus
us.
105 odds. I also have a bonus bet for you. I really like it -250 odds that Sean's date goes poorly tonight. Thanks, guys.
That's crazy.
Whoa!
Talk to you next Thursday.
That was awfully personal.
Where'd he get that line?
I didn't tell him.
Who's setting the odds on that?
He did.
I think that is foul.
You're questioning his ability to set the line?
First of all, I don't like
that
the
was
Texas
personal.
pick. First of all, I don't like the Texas pick that much, and I hate the Sean's Day. Why is it such a favorite?
I didn't set the line. He got it from a book somewhere.
No. The book was the book observing date one.
I don't know.
Date one went
Sports
good.
books are never wrong, man. They've got information everywhere.
Date one
They know something went that.
Well.
Maybe they did a follow up after the first date.
Who'd they follow up with? The
With
bartender?
maybe, or somebody that the person you went on the date with.
Oh, then I'm gonna have some questions tonight. Hey, are you talking to
Did a bot
AI
call
bot?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, no. Wait. First of all, I managed in the first one. It was 90 degrees in that bar, acknowledged by both parties afterwards. It wasn't just big fatty complaining about the sweat.
Uh-huh.
Both parties acknowledged it. So that would not that is not a big enough knock at minus 250 that tonight goes poorly.
Yeah, those are bad odds, man.
I'm wearing clean drawers. I'm getting a shower in.
What if you show up and it's going to be hot again? What are you going to do if you show up and it's going to be hot again?
Well, I'm going to do what I have to do like I did last time, which is contort my body in the right position so the sweat pools up in my back and not in my armpits and neck. So, hey, look, we got some tricks. The big boys got some tricks on how to maintain.
Bring one of those handheld fans. I mean, we can't let him be right. We just
I
can't.
don't think that it's going to be is going to be right about the date tonight.
Him.
No.
By the way, for anyone, I would deem it successful if you get a third date. If you get a third date, that counts as it being successful.
Ooh, it's asking a lot now.
So maybe you're kind of leaning on. Taking the minus 250.
Look, here's the thing. I'm not saying I can't have a date go poorly. I'm saying that minus 250 is the wrong line for it. This is a jump ball for me.
That was awfully personal that he threw that in there. Also, I don't like the Texans pick. We have Chiefs money line on the parlay. Where's he getting Texans from?
The Texans freak me out a little bit. I mean, the defense is ridiculous. I'll acknowledge that the defense is ridiculous.
He's just making shit up. But what are you doing, man?
The Chiefs. I've seen
100%, by the way, confidence score on this.
Oh,
he had 100% confidence score on your date bet, by the way.
That's not right, man. So we're attaching confidence score inside of
the model has a confidence
the model.
score.
Yeah, okay. Freaking okay. That's actually
well, you got to prove him wrong. You got motivate. You're gonna be thinking about him during the day.
I'm gonna be doing? I'm gonna be looking over my shoulder for where the bot is.
He's in your phone.
It's the freaking Waymo that's dropping me off back here. That's what it is.
I would assume the way that AI works is that they can kind of transfer themselves where they need to. So he's gonna be one. Have you seen those little delivery robots? He's probably gonna pull up to your table.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like that the new webcam is like AI integrated.
Oh my God. Maybe that's how
I think it's picking stuff up.
Yeah.
I don't like you, buddy. I don't like you here in the
They all talk. It's a different model. They all talk, man. There's eyes everywhere. Someone leaked someone aired you out. All right. Cursed prop bet sponsored by Quiz Blitz, which is your daily trivia game. Go and check out Quiz Blitz. I'm going to let you go first. Your cursed prop bets are us creating a line for something that does not exist. You, sir, can go first.
I will, sir. I will go. I will set a line
that?
here. Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo had quite the weekend, having his New Jersey home egged by angry teens that are also Philly fans, I believe. Odds his house gets egged again this weekend. I'm setting the line at plus 140 for yes.
Plus 140.
I see this going a little bit like the Minecraft chicken jockey movie thing where once a couple teens see it, then more teens want to do it. I'm scared of teenagers, so I think they're capable of anything.
Plus 140. Here's the only thing, though. He doesn't live in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in New Jersey. Now, New Jerseyans, as a New Jerseyan, we're not good people. But people from Philly are bigger monsters.
Okay. You guys go by New Jerseyan? That's the
I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that. Dope.
I don't know. I can't.
I think they do it again. I think 140 plus 140. It's an underdog because maybe there's a security camera. Maybe it's a little. The spot is a little hot right now. But I think in the do it for TikTok mentality that these kids have, that they would happily go out and try to egg Patullo's house again.
All right, my cursed prop bet of the week. I think that it's become a very interesting storyline with the Giants that Abdul Carter keeps getting benched. Mike Kafka took over, and since he took over, he's been holding him very accountable. Brian Dable apparently was not, and he's been getting benched because he's been showing up late to things. My cursed prop bet, 5.5, over under 5.5 for the amount of missed meetings that Abdul Carter will have by the end of the season. Here's my theory. I think that he's doing it on purpose.
Abdul is?
Yes. I think that he's doing it I think that he is, and as he should be, doesn't respect the coaching staff. I think, and I give him full props, Abdul. Why would you want to listen to this coaching staff?
Yeah. I kind of love that the interim coach is walking around with the I didn't draft this guy mentality. like normally it's the head coach GM. Now it's the interim guy like, hey, I didn't pick this team. I'm not.
Well, to correct that though, not to cut you off, Kafka, it's been really kind of funny. Kafka's trying really hard to be like the vibes guy, like I love everybody guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he talks about Abdul Carter, he won't just address it. He's like, it was my decision. It's in-house. It's my decision. It's in-house. And he looks really pathetic when he says that. And he keeps going, I love Abdul. He's one of my favorite guys on the team. It's like, I actually think that Mike Kafka could be a really good head coach someday. He's too damn young and he's clearly too green for this. And the way that he's operating, put your foot down, dude. Put your foot down. Yeah, he missed meetings. We're holding him accountable. It's unacceptable that we're doing this. I think that the more that Mike Kafka acts like a cornball, it's very Shane Beamer-ish. I think the more meetings he's going to
taking some shrapnel here.
Yeah, I don't like Shane Beamer. I think that number is just going to go up.
I could see more bench or I guess
I don't know what they would do. I don't know what they would do at that point.
Hey, I'm looking at Aruba right now. You know, it's the end. It's December. I'm putting in my hours. This year got away from us. I mean, do I really need to be on time for the last 4 weeks when my team has, what do you have, 2 wins? Giants have 2 wins, 3 wins? Terrible. Yeah, wouldn't be on time to a meeting then.
No, absolutely not.
I like the over.
Yeah, I think we'll take the over as well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was another great episode. Reminder that we are live every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time before Sunday Night Football kicks off. If you enjoyed today's show, hit the like button, subscribe, comment below what you thought of the show, favorite picks for this weekend. We'll respond. Enjoy your weekend, folks. We'll talk to you later.